And the hamster's eyeballs popped out.
Man,
onto the floor.
You lying to me.
He lived. What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Youth Group Chronicles. Joining me tonight, Sha Rax and Isaiah Smallwood. Welcome to the studio, you guys.
My boy.
Yo.
If this is your first time listening to Youth Group Chronicles, this is where people send in true stories from youth ministry that my guests blind react to. Let's kick it off. This is a story from Chase. Chase said, on a youth group trip, we stayed in a pretty remote cabin in the woods. I was sitting on the back porch in the hot tub by myself, relaxing, when I heard scratching noises. I ignored it at first until it got more consistent and louder. At this point, I'm thinking to myself, what in the world could be making all this noise? So I got out of the hot tub and looked over the balcony. To my horror, I was 5 feet away from a bear climbing up the pillars that the porch was sitting on. So obviously, I did the smart thing and ran inside screaming. I went back out a second later to double check that I really saw what I saw. And by this time, the bear was walking on the edge of the hot tub where I had just been sitting a minute prior. To this day, I still wonder what would have happened if I had earbuds in, had fallen asleep, or wasn't really paying attention.
That man would have got 8. What kind of bear was it?
A black bear. You probably find one
in
a black
quotations, 8. The whole time I was just thinking, like, he got to be white. Because after the first scratch, I'm out the hot tub.
No,
I'm literally in the house.
Bro, I'm sorry.
I'm in the house.
Yeah, black people don't think the same, bro. We react. We just react.
If I can't see you, I'm not trying to see you.
It had to be nighttime.
I'm out the house. I'm literally in the house. I'm in the bed. I'm not even drying off. I'm going straight inside.
You remember the Mercy Kill story? Was that you that was on there?
Yeah.
Someone just brought that up. That's what it reminds me of.
I'm in the house.
He gotta be white. It's crazy.
He gotta be white. I mean, if we're honest, if we're being honest, he probably is.
He was white.
He probably is.
Most likely.
First
Vacationing in the Smoky Mountains. White.
You're in a cabin, a secluded cabin. You're white.
Well, he's with a youth group. He was with a youth group.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay.
It was a youth group trip, and he was taking a break.
He's probably still white.
Hey, you never know. He said he was screaming, so.
You know, actually,
that man ran in the crib.
Yeah, you're right.
And you know in the movies, they always got to take a double check real quick. Like, was that really real? Let me see.
But wait, no, because in horror movies, who dies first?
The black people.
Exactly. That's why I'm in the house, because I'm not a part of it.
I have never seen a horror movie in my life.
What?
Ever.
That's insane.
I won't.
Why?
Can't do it. I don't like getting scared.
You scared?
Yeah.
I don't like them
quite
either.
literally. That's why.
I actually don't like scary movies.
Yeah.
I used to love them before I became like a devout Christian.
Yeah, not for me.
Back when I was in my sinner days.
Guys, if you're on Instagram Live or
Absolutely.
you're listening to this podcast for the first time and you want to send in some stories, you don't have to just send in one. You can send in as many as you want. You can email them to stories@ygcpodcast.com. This is a story from Zoe. Zoe said, my dad had a girl in his youth group who came with her new hamster one week.
Oh, my.
As she was showing him off to all the students, she must have gotten a little too excited because as she was holding him, she squeezed him a little too hard.
He didn't die.
He died.
And the hamster's eyeballs popped out
Man,
onto the floor.
You lying to me. This girl squirrels him to death.
He lived.
No, he didn't.
I'm dead serious.
That man walking around,
Bro, that
with
hamster
eyes out
is,
the sockets.
bro. That hamster's messed up.
He gonna turn and be like, yeah, that's a horror movie in itself. That's terrible.
Bro, I don't know why when I grew up with hamsters, they always ended up gone. I think
What did you do with them? I don't think that's not a hamster issue. That's you.
I think
He
You
said,
did it
I grew
inward.
up with hamsters. They were all gone. Like every time I looked,
Bro,
they
I
were
promise
gone.
you, every time they ended up escaping, I think they just died and my mom just threw them away and she didn't want us to know.
That's probably
That's what it
actually
was.
No, someone is living
Your
in
mom's
a
a good
hamster-infested house right now, and they're wondering why they're just
Your
running
next
through the
door
walls.
neighbor.
Yeah, your next door neighbor is.
That's wild. Not the eyes coming out the sockets.
That is insane.
Wyatt said hamsters never die normally, especially not this one.
That's wild.
He's gonna die from old age.
The fact that he survived.
Yeah, that's
That
crazy.
man's
They
a
said
dog.
the craziest part is all the youth group kids were surrounding this girl, and they're like watching, and she squeezed its eyeballs out right
that
there.
hamster was probably scared.
It was like a cartoon, when it gets choked by the neck, and it's like.
Oh man, y'all ever seen what movie is it?
Finding Nemo.
Nah, it's Rio.
Yes.
That's a fish movie.
I mean,
Rio's
Rio's not a
movie.
Rio's not a hamster movie.
Rio's a bird movie.
Actually, yeah, you're right. I was like a fish movie. So y'all remember the bird who was like the evil one, and he had a bird as like a squeeze toy.
Yes.
And anytime he got mad, he squeezed. That's all I see. That's all I see. That's wild. That man said Finding Nemo.
That kid used it as a stress toy. No, I said
y'all seen
Finding
that movie?
Nemo though,
He
because
said
the girl
Finding
was
Nemo?
shaking the bag with a fish in it.
Oh,
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
Yeah.
This is a story from Lauren. Lauren said, while attending a youth conference, one of the boys in our youth group decided that he would fully take advantage of the opportunity for free food at the hotel. So
Smart
he
man.
stacked his
Smart man.
plate high with hot dogs, pizza, and all the other
That
junk
man
food
had
they had.
glizzies on the plate.
Lizzie's.
While everyone was in the rec center after service, this boy didn't feel very good. So he ended up staying back with my dad, who was the youth pastor at the time. They are in the church van going about 60 miles an hour on the interstate when this boy says to my dad that he's not feeling so well.
We pulling over immediately.
He tells my dad that he's going to roll down the window to get some air,
Nah, he
We pulling over.
to which my dad thought nothing about. A few seconds later, my dad continued to drive the van, but he felt what he thought was rain hitting his face.
Not his
No,
face.
not the puke
See,
in his
mistakes were made.
face.
Mistakes were made.
It better not been
You pull
diarrhea,
over.
bro.
He said, I'm going to roll down the window. Now I'm pulling over.
As he looked over, this boy said, "Man, I feel so much better." Little did he know, his vomit was splattered all over the outside and the inside roof of the van and his face.
No,
On the kid's face?
Both him and the youth pastor.
See, man.
You know how the wind blows it back in?
Yeah, 100%.
Yes, I know
100%.
exactly.
Why? Have you done it?
Hey, it been some moments. Hey, I wasn't always a saved man.
What are you telling us
Vomit
right
has
now?
nothing to do with being saved, but
I used to drink a lot.
so that
Oh
made
my
you grow up.
God. What is it like? I used to drink a lot. That's your story, brother. That's your testimony.
Yeah, it
praise
is.
God for
It
Sha.
is. It
Come
is.
on. Let's get God praise for Sha. Freedom. No, for real.
Thank the Lord, man.
For real.
He redeemed
Now
me.
you ain't puking out of cars.
Nope.
That's
Your
true.
wife might be, though.
Yes.
She
Congrats
does.
to
Now.
Sha. So Sha was not on the podcast last week.
Okay.
But we had sort of announced it. Anyway, Sha is expecting kiddo number 1.
That boy dead.
Yeah. Congrats, Sha and Lauren.
Amen.
That's a whole
Lauren
pop.
was on the
Come
show
on
in
now.
season
Papa
2.
Sha.
Papa Sha.
They call me Father Sha.
That boy, Father Sha. I love that. Father Sha is hard.
That's my dad's rap name. I'm serious. Not cap.
Okay. This is. What did you say? Is your dad's
That's
what?
my dad's rap name.
It's
Your dad's
Father
a-
Sha for real?
My dad's a rapper.
He is.
I did not know that.
He's nice too.
Yeah,
He's nice.
Shout out my dad. Check him on all platforms. I'm just playing.
Don't do that.
This
How you gonna
is
do
this
that?
is a story from Gavin. Gavin said, "At VBS, I was asked to turn the TVs on in the church so we could watch our daily video. Well, the sound booth who controls the screens didn't know that I asked to turn the screens on. So when they came on, everyone saw that the person that's in the sound booth was searching the term gay feet on Google.
What do they look
What's
like?
gay feet look like? They must be backwards. This way? Oh, sorry. Forgive me. I'll be forget we're live sometimes, man.
What would make them backwards?
Crossing them.
What are we talking about right
He went
now?
like this. Did you see his feet? That's what he said would be gay feet.
I'm doing that right now.
Now he looked down and said, "What's he doing right now?"
We're never gonna finish this.
That was actually a great joke. I'm proud of you for that one. That was funny.
That was great.
That's very shameful of you.
Caleb said,
It's not funny.
what came up when he clicked enter? That's just a great question. That's what we're all kind of wondering.
Now I gotta look.
No.
Google?
No.
Look up what? No. They're regular. They're like everybody else.
Honestly, when I said they're backwards, like the left
You
was
don't
on
get
the right.
different feet because of how you identify. Like what's going on?
Guys, if you have stories you want to send into the show, stories at YGC Podcast is where you can send them in. Google is so free.
I want to know.
Amen.
I want to know his mindset. Like who just looks up
On the church computer.
homosexual feet
On the church computer.
on the church computer during a sermon? Like, I don't. All right.
This is a story from Summer 225. At youth group, a bunch of boys started playing pranks on each other. This quickly escalated. To preface, each cabin was one building, which was split off into 4 rooms, but all the rooms were connected. You were able to crawl through the drop ceilings to the other rooms. So one night, while everyone was sleeping, 3 guys crawled through the drop ceiling to another room. 2 of the boys held the third boy's legs while he lowered just his butt through the ceiling, where he proceeded to take a poop through the ceiling, which landed on a sleeping kid's chest. The boy who had been pooped on didn't even wake up, so in the morning, he realized he had been laying in it all night long.
Bro got muddy.
I'm beating the frick out of somebody. As soon as I find out who that is, we're both going home.
the Jesus?
You are not about the No.
Bro, that is insane.
No, because the boys are getting beat up too. I'm beating everybody up.
Hey.
Sha, if you ever poop on me, bro, I'm beating you up.
Somebody, I ain't gonna lie, growing up,
Exactly.
somebody put poop on my pinky.
How'd you respond, Sha?
Bro. They said it was peanut butter. That's what happened.
Did you smell it, Sha?
I smelled it,
Oh,
and
my.
I cried. I was like 5, bro. I literally cried and ran home. Ask my mom. This is a true story.
Was this the same time you got covered in peanut butter?
Did you?
No.
Was it actually peanut butter?
Yeah.
we need
Wait,
to know.
was it actually peanut butter?
No.
We need to
the
know.
peanut butter story was
But nah.
actually peanut butter.
I'm being dead
I was like
serious.
15 in that story.
I'm fighting someone. Like, I'm fighting someone. I'm losing my salvation that day.
I agree.
I'll go to
Yeah,
jail.
nah,
I'll go
yeah,
to jail.
yeah.
We were fighting. We were
I'll
fighting.
take a felony.
Poop on my chest if you
I
want.
will.
I would have woken up though. Are you? I'm pretty light sleeper, so
I don't get how
would've
you
known.
don't smell that, bro.
In your sleep.
Poop?
You gotta test
Yes.
that.
I woke up to spaghetti being eaten on the side of me.
Sierra, you gotta test that. He said I'm waking up.
Yeah, poop out his chest.
I wasn't. That's not. Just throw something on his chest. You don't have to. Doesn't have to be feces. Nah, pooping on somebody's chest
said
is
the
trifling.
text.
I think it's a crime.
It's trifling.
Pretty sure it's a crime.
Yeah, you're probably going to jail.
Ben said,
How would you feel about that?
Ben said, "Who remembers Buddy eating dog poop?"
Yeah,
I thought it was M&M.
exactly.
Boy,
You remember that?
Immediately.
Were you here for that?
Immediately.
Boy, Buddy told us.
I'm glad.
Did you hear that story, bro?
Huh.
A buddy eating the poop, dog poop.
Don't do this. Not
Yeah,
my man.
he did.
He said it on the podcast.
I know he said it. I
Yep.
was here. That's ridiculous. He said it was Reese Pieces.
Eli, you have that video ready? All right. This one, guys, is a story with a video. So we'll do this story
That's
first,
fire.
and then you guys can watch the video. Okay. This is a story from Joshua. Joshua said, every 4th of July, we would buy fireworks for the youth group. But one year, I designated one of our newest leaders to help me light the fireworks. Little did I know, he had never lit a firework in his 30 years of being alive.
Oh, my.
This dude shoved 4 stick rockets, about 3 feet long, so deep into the ground that they had no chance of ever lifting off. He then thought it was a good idea to light all 4 at the same time, while our entire youth group, including the parents, observed from a short distance away. As you would expect, all 4 launched, but remained right in place. They all exploded one after another, showering both the youth and the parents with sparks. What made it even worse was prior to that happening, we had lit 2 helicopter sparklers, both of which flew directly at our youth group standing nearby. And they have a video of
They're
it.
getting burnt up. Bro. I'm not even surprised. I'm literally
That
not.
reminds me of, y'all ever seen that show, or not that show, but that video surfacing on Facebook like every July 4th
Yes.
with this dude in the
guy in the
wheelchair?
chair.
And he's like, bag up, Terry. Terry, bag up.
Man got lit
So the
up.
funniest part about this whole story, and don't get sad. The funniest part about this whole story is my dad's name was Terry, and he was in a wheelchair. So when I first found that,
I'm so sorry,
That is terrible.
bro. I don't get how you do
so
this.
when I first saw that video, I went home and I took my phone out and I was like, bag up. That
Poor
man
Terry.
just looked at, he said, it was, man, that's terrible.
Nah, man.
That's terrible.
Those are some Hudson and Harmon.
This is a story from.
Pedal to the metal, Terry.
Who said that?
That's hilarious.
No, they did it in caps too.
That's fire,
crazy.
bro.
Yes, guys, we're live on Instagram, so we have people commenting, which makes our lives a lot more fun in here. This is a story from Warrior. Warrior said,
Warrior.
our youth group played a game called Bible Smugglers. Our town is small enough that we could play town-wide. What?
Shut up.
I'm sorry.
We called the cops, the fire department, and the paramedics ahead of time to let them know what was happening and not to be concerned if they hear about kids getting chased around the town by our youth leaders. But unfortunately, not all the public knew that this was happening. What we didn't know is that these kids were hoisting each other into random people's backyards to get away from the, quote, KJB. We later found out that the students were attacked by dogs, threatened, and shot with airsoft guns by random citizens of our town.
Nah. The pipples? Bro.
That's
That
just
sounds
another
like
thing I'm not doing.
That sounds like Zay's dog.
I'm not doing this. Shut up. Bella will tear somebody up, man. She bit my
Not
grandfather.
the airsoft guns though. That they added too much.
I think it was hard.
Yeah, that is great. What are you going to
Shoot me
shoot?
with
You're just
it.
going to
That's
shoot a kid in
hilarious.
your backyard?
Shoot me with an airsoft gun, you get shot with something else.
Persecution practice.
KJB is crazy. Why'd they have to name it?
KJV.
Why couldn't they just say
KJB.
the
play-
enemy? Why'd you have to say the KJB?
If you're just hopping on the live and you have stories you want to send in, stories at ygcpodcast.com, and you might just make it on Youth Group Chronicles. This is from Jeff. Since we rarely get snow in Texas, I thought it would be a great idea to buy 1,000 snowballs from a local shaved ice snow factory and have our own youth group snowball fight. Little did we know the snow cone company had pre-made snowballs 3 days beforehand. So
then
instead of
frozen.
soft snowballs, they
They're
came
rock solid.
rock hard projectiles.
Yes.
After 5 to 10 minutes, it became a bloodbath.
Yes.
Kids were carried out from concussions, bloody noses, a broken nose, and 2 girls had their earrings ripped out of their ears from the force of these now snow rocks being
Bro,
pelted at
they're
everybody.
trying to stone him? Stone him to death? This is crazy, me.
How the stoning.
The stoning.
Man,
Stone
grow up.
Age.
Y'all
You guys just
soft.
gotta move
You
north.
better take that ice to the chest.
Take that ice to the chest, boy.
Come on now. Stop being soft. No, I'm playing. Honestly, that's first of all. Let's just. No, they're from Texas. Never mind. We can't say that. But like,
Oh, that's why they needed snowballs.
shaved ice is not the same
I'm
as
like,
snow.
why didn't you just get the snow?
Yeah, Texas.
Okay.
What are you two doing over there?
Moving.
Oh, not you making fun of Sha. I feel like I have to tell everybody.
Go ahead.
Shaw's legs don't touch the ground.
They do.
Y'all stop, man. Stop making fun
Poor
of my
Shaw.
man's, bro.
I could add to the lives if y'all want to see.
Leave him alone. Let him be him. He's authentic.
This is a story from.
Come on, I got you, bro.
I appreciate
I got
you,
you,
brother.
bro.
This
Go to
is
next
a
joke.
story from Jeremy. Jeremy said, at winter camp for youth group, one of the leaders was having a talk to us about not going too far in a relationship. A girl my age, about 12 or 13, said to the group, I have a boyfriend, but we have not gone very far.
Good.
But I did lose my hand and mouth virginity to him. Every single one of us was speechless. And the leader nervously broke the silence by explaining how that was definitely too far. The female student eventually explained that when she said losing her hand and mouth virginity, she meant that her boyfriend and her have kissed and held hands.
Yo, you gotta be more specific, bro. Like, that's not.
I was.
Bro. I thought she was. Never mind. Let me be quiet. This is crazy.
Lauren, I'm sorry, what? Yep.
Oh my
13-year-old.
gosh, bro.
Uno reverse.
I was like, hand virginity.
That's a new one.
the hand virginity. This is crazy.
Oh my gosh, bro. I was gonna make so many tug of war jokes.
My eyes are
I
gonna
just
be.
couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. I was gonna do it. I just can't. Would you stop?
The tug of war.
It was gonna be. It was a tussle.
Everyone's saying this girl was homeschooled.
Oh my.
Bro, I'm literally.
What? What? What about my mouth Christianity? What?
It says these noises from Isaiah sound like he's losing his mouth virginity right now.
Who said it? I'll throw hands right now.
Or loves _ pants.
Oh, it's a girl.
Nah, that's crazy.
Oh yeah.
That's wild.
Underscore pandas. That's the toughest.
That came from Lucas Loves Pandas.
No, _
Underscore. Oh, okay, cool. That makes it better. that makes
The
it more
underscore made it a
mature.
little bit more tough.
That makes it more mature. Lucas, see me.
Oh no!
This is
No, Brooke said it's the kid that kisses his mom on the next sister. That's funny. That is funny, man.
By the time of this is over, I'm gonna have a cough.
That's the oldest thing I've ever heard John say. I'm gonna have a cough.
I'm sweating over here. One of y'all got a piece of paper or something?
Yo, you gotta turn on the air now. That's my cue. This is a story from Ben. Ben said, at youth camp, there was what we called the Lamb's Book of Life in the chapel. And all week, we were encouraged to sign our name in it. Come Friday night, if we didn't sign the book, we were brought down to the camp lake where we saw a large flaming circle floating on top of the water from a gas line that they had rigged up. Those who didn't have their name written in the Lamb's Book of Life got tossed into the ring of fire in the lake.
Bro,
It's
they're
biblical.
trying to... Bro,
It's biblical. I don't care.
Says a man who literally would never
Bring them
put his
young.
foot in a lake.
That's what you got to do.
Huh?
well, you know what it
Bring 'em
says.
young.
Have you ever swam in a lake?
Yeah, the Seneca.
You send yourself to the lake of fire, brother. What you doing?
Come on now.
Hey.
If we're mad at them for teaching Bible,
What,
then there's a problem with
so
that.
what about the goat that got sacrificed on the stage?
I was okay with that. I laughed. I didn't say it was bad.
That's crazy to me.
I didn't say it was bad.
That's crazy.
Actually-
I would have loved to see that man's face if we had sacrificed a goat in front of him. That's all I got to say. One time
He would've
we
been
shot a
crying.
squirrel
Your
and he about
brother-
lost his mind.
Your brother literally
Executed
right
a squirrel.
here,
Yeah.
and I was a foot away from him
He shot a squirrel?
Okay.
in
We
the forehead.
okay.
It was crazy.
Okay. We brought Isaiah. We
I'll
lived an
sacrifice a
hour
ram
away
myself.
from Isaiah, way out in the middle of the woods, and we decided we were going to bring him
I'm
squirrel
from
hunting.
Elmira now.
Isaiah
We
is a
sacrifice
city boy
lambs
through and through, so we brought him out to the camp.
Next lamb I see, I'm sacrificing.
We
Next
brought him
one I
out,
see,
we
I'm
brought him out to the woods,
sacrificing.
and we started hunting squirrels. And Ben shot one out of a tree, and it like fell 30 feet, hit the ground, but I guess it was still alive. So Ben
And-
went over.
Okay,
Yeah,
what
pretty
made
much.
it worse? What made it worse was I was sitting under that tree. Like I was literally.
Was this a real gun?
I was standing.
Like a-
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Pistol?
Yeah.
So he comes over, and when I say the score was right here,
Blew his brains back.
that man. Not blew his brains back. That's crazy. That's insane. I was right here, and this man Ben comes over and he says, "Boom." And I just look at Ben, and it's the first time I've ever seen somebody take out a squirrel like that. I just didn't know we shot at people's feet. I just didn't know it.
He was trying to take your big toe off.
It was, but you ate it, actually. We
100%
cooked it over
I
a
did.
fire, and Isaiah ate it. I was really proud of him that
You
day.
ate the squirrel?
A hunter that day. I did.
You
I
were
became a
along
hunter.
for the hunt. I don't know if we'd call you a hunter.
Shut up.
But it was
I
good
had
to
a
have you.
squirrel's tail.
It was good to have
Cut it
you.
off.
You have a squirrel tail?
No, I did. When I was younger, I kept it for like a year.
This is reminding me of a
You
story
just
I
had
literally
it?
read on the podcast.
Like you just picked it up and had
No,
it?
we killed a squirrel and I kept it. I
Oh.
was a kid.
Yeah, I kept mine too.
And candy got on it and then it started like, yeah.
Candy got on it.
I don't know how.
That man Sha was eating over it. He had a Reese's. He said, a piece of chocolate.
It wasn't chocolate. It was like that squeezy candy.
Next story.
Okay, next story.
I love Sha so much.
Brandon said squirrel tastes good. Yeah, actually, it does taste pretty good. This is from.
We should do that.
This is from Lillian. Lillian said, one time some kids from our youth group were playing in the attic when they weren't supposed to be. And one of the girls fell through the roof onto a lady drinking from a water fountain.
You should know about them attics. Them floors are mad fragile. Ain't insulated. Nothing.
She said, what? Why is Lauren Sha's nemesis?
What?
He said you should know about them addicts. She said, what?
I'm serious. Every attic I know about, they're mad like you fall through floors.
Yeah, there is no floor.
Yeah.
You're walking on joy. So they said the lady ended up breaking her neck and never came back to their church.
Wow. Lost.
Hey, sometimes you gotta sacrifice.
This is crazy, bro.
What? We had to make sure the floor was fine. It's nobody's fault. It just happened. She.
Isaiah said he fell for her.
You know how bad that would hurt?
That's funny.
Definition of church hurt.
Right. I'm saying she's the one that's staying away from church.
Well, that church. She may have gone to a different one.
Yeah, she's able to. Seriously.
If she's able to.
You never know.
Oh my gosh.
Paralyzed.
Maybe she broke her neck. Her back.
Neck. His neck.
It was bad.
Brandon, yes, that's exactly what Isaiah said. That's exactly what he said. All right, this is a story from Chris. Chris said, on the final night of youth camp, the pastor spoke on the sin of Achan in Joshua 7, where Achan had plundered the treasure under his tent. The point of the message was don't hold anything back from God that he has commanded you to give. But the phrase he used over and over again in front of everyone in the crowd was God wants you to pull out your sack. He probably said it 24 times. The final straw was the call to commitment where he said, some of you need to pull out your sacks and lay the contents on the altar.
I hope nobody actually went up there. Crazy to me.
Wow.
I'm done.
Okay, guys. We have one more story, and we'll wrap it up here.
I'm ready.
This is from Kenneth. Kenneth said, what?
Nothing. Just keep reading, guy.
Kenneth said, at youth group, I was on stage explaining the structure of the night when a kid randomly got up and walked out. So in front of all the students, I yelled into the microphone that I wasn't done yet and that he needed to sit down and listen to what was happening. Except I completely forgot he was deaf.
It reminds me of that video. I'm sorry, y'all. It wasn't funny, but it was funny. It was a person, he was like doing like kickbox or something, and she had no arms, and the guy tried to do the high five. He was like,
He probably yelled, "Hey, sit down!" My man kept walking. Okay.
I'll give you one more chance.
That's wild. You know what would have been wild is if he would have thrown something. Say, I'm not done. That boy lung almost came out. He said,
Imagine if you tackled him.
okay. Okay. Just getting tackled. Nah, that's wild.
Everyone's
he rebuked him.
everyone's
Son, I'm
bringing
telling
up
you
your,
to sit
your
down. Okay.
everyone's bringing up the deaf kid story from season 2. Remember that?
I didn't do nothing.
No, that is actually Isaiah's favorite story.
What happened?
Birds of a feather.
Birds of a
Yes.
feather, y'all.
That is a great story, guys. It's on our Instagram. I think that one's pinned, actually. You guys can go check it out. Anyway, thank you so much for listening to this episode of Youth Group Chronicles, guys.
He
Sha.
said, sit down.
I don't know how long I could laugh.
Someone said to get you some water because it sounds like you're dying.
Oh, I got some water.
Okay.
Actually.
I have questions. I have questions. And my questions are, how come if he's deaf, nobody was able to tell the pastor that he was using the bathroom?
I'm
Like,
sure they did. He blurted it out in like 2 seconds. And he knew he was deaf too,
He
but he
was like,
forgot. He
"You
just
do
saw
the
the kid getting up.
So he didn't remember who.
He remembered pretty quickly.
Sit down. Oh, no, he's deaf. Guys, he's deaf.
That's so embarrassing
For who?
For whom?
for the guy, whoever's talking to him.
Oh, okay. I was about to say, he didn't.
He didn't what?
Hear him. This is crazy to me.
He didn't. I mean, what? What?
We know.
What? He didn't hear him. All he heard was, I gotta go. I gotta go. I'm sorry.
Hey, you're
Yes.
about to get canceled,
Yes,
bro.
yes.
You're
I remember
getting
the blind guy
canceled,
bathroom.
bro.
Anyway, thank you guys for listening to this episode of Youth Group Chronicles. Isaiah has dipped out and retired for the evening, I guess. Sha, thank you so much for being here. Guys, if you have
Thank you,
stories
bro.
you want to send into the show, stories at ygcpodcast.com is where you can send them in. Check us out, our website, ygcpodcast.com. You can book us for live shows there. You can buy a personalized video there. You can check out merch. You can submit stories there. Everything is on our website, so check that out. Anyway, we will see all of you next week.
Thank you for having me on.